Welcome, third graders, to Home Learning Day 4. Let's take a look at what's going on today. There it is. There's a lot of good looking work there. A lot of things that we can do, some different things today. So let's jump right in with math. Let's take a quick look at some related addition and subtraction problems or fact families. As we look closer at these equations here, what do you notice about those equations, boys and girls? Yeah, you're right. They all have the same numbers, but they're just mixed around. And you know how this works. So let's take a look at some equations that have the variable n in them. Okay, now that first one, n plus 5 equals 9. Now, which other fact family member could we use to find the solution or to find the answer to n? What's the value of n? Well, yes, you're right. I can hear you. Yeah, come on, Mr. Hickey. We could use any of them. But specifically, if we turn that problem around, we'll get this one. 9 minus 5 equals n. And everybody knows what that is. That's 4. 4 will go where all the n's are. Does that work? Does 4 plus 5 equal 9? Yes, it does. 5 plus 4 equals 9. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And 9 minus 4 equals 5. Yes, n has a value of 4 in each of these equations. N equals 4. Now let's take a look at a story problem where we will be able to use our knowledge of fact families and related addition and subtraction equations. Brenna saw some cows at a farm. Then she saw 16 horses. She saw 35 cows and horses in all. How many cows did Brenna see? Now pause the video and read through the story problem one more time, finding the important information and the question or questions that you're supposed to answer. Go ahead and do that and underline it in pencil, of course. Well, good job, third graders. That's exactly right. You found the important information and the hint words in the question. Very good. Now, if you still don't understand what to do, take a moment to try to visualize and think about what's happening in this problem. Because I see that it says that there's some cows. Can you visualize some cows? Can you visualize a cow? Try really super hard seeing some cows. Okay, you may have not be able to do that, but maybe you did. I don't know. But we don't know how many cows. Then she saw 16 horses. So, can you see a bunch of horses? Can you see 16 horses? Do you see 16 horses, boys and girls? 16 of them. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of cows and horses out in the field. We know that together we have 35 cows and horses in all. But that's not part of our question. The question we're supposed to answer is, how many cows did she see? But we don't know. What are we going to do? Well, of course, she saw some cows. We don't know how many cows, but she saw some. And they were with 16 horses. And all together, those cows and horses made 35 total. 35. So let's write an equation with numbers for this picture equation. We have some cows, which will be represented by the variable C, because we don't know what that is, plus the 16 horses they were with equals 35, the total or sum of all those animals. Now, what can we do to figure this out? We could say, blank plus 16 equals 35. That's kind of hard to do in my head. Or we could use some of our fact family knowledge. Let's take a look. Well, there you have it. A fact family member showed up to help us out. Look at that. Just like our example, we can just simply turn this addition sentence around with a missing start, totally opposite way, and make it into a subtraction problem. Check that out. 35 subtract 16 equals C. So what is C? What is the number of cows? Boy, I'll let you do that on your own. Now, boys and girls, let's not forget to do our daily language review and our word work. But I want to jump right to our religion. You're supposed to start your Beatitudes in cursive today. But before you do so, take a little time to look them up in Matthew chapter 5, verses 3 through 10. Now, I pulled out our class Bible, and there they are. They're part of the Sermon on the Mount. Now, one thing that's a little bit different about these, instead of saying blessed, they say happy. Jesus gave us these words to live by, and they give us some great advice. Now, which beatitude is your favorite beatitude, boys and girls? I certainly like the beatitudes that start with blessed first. This is my favorite beatitude. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Boys and girls, day 4, you are supposed to read Charlotte's Web chapter 19. Now, if you're close to that, that's good. You have the weekend. Maybe some of you are ahead of that. But regardless, if you've read it or if you haven't, I want you to be thinking about what is happening to Charlotte. She's changing. Fern is changing. Wilbur is changing. How is Charlotte changing? What is happening that might make Wilbur sad in this chapter? And what is happening that might make Wilbur happy in this chapter? Wow, there are some awesome words in this chapter, boys and girls. Look at this one. Let's sound it out together. Anguish. Yes, boys and girls. That makes the wuss sound. That's very unusual, isn't it? Mr. Hickey would be spelling that word wrong. Actually, I double checked it on the dictionary. That's an interesting spelling, isn't it? So what does languish mean? Write it down on one of your Stop and Shops and look it up later. Go ahead. Well, boys and girls, all that talk about the Beatitudes kind of gives me the feeling that I want to sing some songs about the Beatitudes. Let's end today's session with a song about the Beatitudes. Do you guys remember this one? It goes kind of like this. Blessed are they who are poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of God. I'm sure you do. Let's sing that together. Let's put some music to it.
Michael, your battery's just about to die.
Oh, I'm sorry, boys and girls. We're going to have to finish this later.